Do you know what happens when you assume? You're
generally right.
You're generally correct. Well, welcome to our session. Unofficially titled it. Thanks, Brian, Luke. We're waiting to see if Juwan shows up. He may show up later. He may not.
The unnamed podcast / show.
We're shooting from the hip. He sent some photos. Luke, you saw some of those baby photos that were of that angry baby, and he's wanting to turn those into the emojis that he uses.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we've got another Riff Session here. We've got some things on our mind that we're gonna talk about. I have one thing. I'm not sure who wants to go first. Brian, you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. Okay. So I was talking with Kelly the other day, and she said that we were talking about dreams, and she was saying how when she dreams, she wonders if she feels like the person that she's talking to in the dream, she wants to contact them that day and be like, so what do you think about our dream? Like they're in the same dream because she's dreaming about somebody else is also dreaming about her. And I just got to say, if that's the case, then my boss from 30 years ago had a dream about me the other night. And I don't know, he's probably just like, why am I thinking of this guy that I don't work with anymore from 30 years ago? What am I thinking about Brian? And then I started thinking about that, and I go, well, okay, why am I dreaming about being in the laundromat with my second grade math teacher? I don't even think she's alive at this point. I'm not sure. So is she like dreaming of me like up in heaven? Is that what's happening? Like what is going on?
That was the part that I was not sure about. It's like who initiated the dream? How do you know that you're dreaming?
Am I being pulled in?
They might be pulling you into their dream. And so who's responsible? And depending on what the dream is, it may end some friendships. You may be like, well, I can never speak to that person again because, I walked in on him wearing a tutu in the shower.
Right. And it explains why some of the things are just very weird dreams. Where you go, well, this isn't something I would dream. This is clearly somebody else's dream.
What if dreams were a service you had to pay for, and like it could be a spotty service, and like if you didn't want to be pulled out of sleep, you'd have to get a dream catcher.
Mm-hmm. You have an eye. You have Wi-Fi versus a cable connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that explains some of the gaps in the dreams and why they just jump around.
Yeah,
I guess that would be the iCloud. I don't know. Would that be?
You ever been having a good dream and you realize that you're about to wake up and you're like, oh no, I don't want to. Oh no, I think this is a dream. Oh
yeah, I must be dreaming. Kelly has that where she's apparently very good at knowing she's dreaming, and she's vegan, so she'll be dreaming and she's like, oh wait, I can eat other food because this is just a dream.
Right.
I want to have ice cream.
That's interesting.
And then
if you commit a crime in your dream, it doesn't count. You don't have to feel guilty about it, and so you're like, I can do whatever I want.
Well, I also think that dreams are so weird, and there's actually people that that their job is to decipher dreams, like they're dream experts or whatever, like therapists almost, and so. Like dreams, if you ever tell somebody a dream, they're usually the most bizarre or boring thing to you. Like it's really powerful to the person telling it, but to you, you're like, okay, this is kind of dumb. Mm-hmm. So I can't imagine having to sit there and be like, so let me get this straight. In your dream, you're being chased by a monster made out of cheese and styrofoam cups.
Right.
Well, yes. What do you think it means? Well. I think it's pretty obvious
that you're insane.
Yeah.
Have you ever had somebody tell you, "Hey, I had a dream about you," and then they proceed to tell you the dream, and it's just you don't know what to do. You know,
Right.
you were wearing a sweater
Yep.
backwards, and you had a poodle, and you went in to get a haircut, and then you're like, mm-hmm. And there's no way to respond to that.
Right.
It's like I did, you know.
And and then but it wasn't your face. It was my dad's face. But it was you.
I'm always carrying a poodle around.
Yeah,
you know me.
It's never, you're like, okay, then what happened? And then, well, you punched somebody in the head. Well, I'm sorry. Let me apologize for what Dream Brian did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've ever had that where, a spouse or somebody is just like, wakes up and they're angry at you. You cheated on me in my dream. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for Dream Brian. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Well, they know that it was a dream, but they still can't help being angry about it.
Right.
So it's like, I just need some time. I know it was a dream. I know it wasn't entirely your fault. And it's like, no, it wasn't. It wasn't entirely my fault that you dreamed about me.
Yep. But now we have to go to dream couples counseling.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I had. But yeah, that's some weird stuff.
I feel like that's the next evolution of like melatonin, is where you can pick your flavor of dream, depending on if you want something shocking and exciting or optimistic.
Like Total Recall. Now we're getting into the movie Total Recall. That's kind of the premise. Almost. So instead of just dreams, it's just memories.
Oh, don't give it away, Brian.
And then there's
Sharon Stone's not really his wife. Sorry.
Well, it's only been 35 years or whatever, so.
Has it?
What's a remake?
There's the remake. I haven't seen the remake. But I did watch the old one fairly recently, too, so. And I do know the ending, because there is a question of the ending of, whether it's real or a dream.
Mm-hmm.
And the director has come out on record and said the ending, which I don't want to give away unless, till everyone's okayed it. Everyone listening to this writes in and says it's okay, and then we can discuss it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dreams are. You ever fallen asleep and not realize that you were asleep? You ever been like? Like I
have conversations.
I've done it. Yeah, when I'm driving, and I will just suddenly wake up, and it's like I should probably not be driving.
Because the front end of your car is in a barn.
Well,
in the bushes.
You don't. I know I'm tired, but all I'm thinking about is like I know I'm tired, and then I wake up, and I'm like, wow, I don't even remember falling asleep. I just went to sleep, and dreamed that I was driving, and I woke up,
and I was driving,
I share that quality with like an infant. If it's dark and I'm in a car, whether I'm driving or not, that's when my body just starts to shut down. It's terrible.
It's hard to stay awake at night when you're driving, especially if you can dream of driving, in an instant.
And you've had sleeping pills, then it's really it's kind of a problem.
And someone has shot you with a tranq dart.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it's all nighty night.
I had that happen once on the bumper cars. It was not good.
Fell asleep in the bumper car.
Yeah, behind the wheel of the bumper car.
I could not stay awake.
But I was safe, at least. I was safe.
I'm gonna pull over. I shouldn't. I shouldn't be dodging right now. So I had a thought about the grocery carts at Aldi's, that you have to put in a quarter. You got to put a quarter in to get the cart out. And that's because they want you to bring the cart back. And so to bring the cart back, they charge you a quarter. And that's not really enough to justify, like lazy people and selfish people. It's a quarter is not going to be enough. It should be something like your car keys. You should have to put your car keys in the cart, and they're locked in there, and you can't get them out. Or like a loved one, you put a loved one in a cage, and then you have to go back and unlock them and get them out. And it's like, you want to return this cart, and you get your son back. That would work.
That would work. Although, could you have that conversation when you're at the car and you just put the last bag in and you're like, could really use some quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm. Right. For 25 cents, I don't have to worry. I don't have to watch my kid tonight. That's a bargain.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they also, the principle of returning the shopping cart is enough for me. I feel guilt. I mean, I'm lazy and I don't want to go back and return the cart, but I will. I'll return it to that corral, because people who don't return carts are villains. They're just they're horrible people. And knowing that, they still won't return the cart. So the people like, well, I know it makes me a horrible person, but I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going to return it. But they will return it if it's got a quarter in it. So they don't mind being a horrible person, but they don't want to lose a quarter. So their character is literally worth less than 25 cents.
Well, I do want to say, because the playing devil's advocate here on the other side of that is, some people will say, and I'm not sure about the Aldi situation, is that you are providing a job by and a service for the worker. You're now giving a reason for the company to hire a person to go wrangle the cart. So some people are saying you're stimulating the economy a little bit by doing that.
By leaving your cart?
Yeah.
By not returning it? Some
poor teenager who hates life is out in the middle of 10-degree weather, wrangling up
You're
cart.
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. Well, it's I don't like to return the cart, and so I will, on the way back to the store, I will start scanning the parking lot for other people moving towards the door who look like they might need a cart, and I'll try to make a deal with them. So I don't have to walk all the way back. And I'll be like, hey, this car here, it's low mileage, and it's got good handling. It goes straight. It's got room for the kids up front, and I'll let you have it for a quarter. You're not going to find a better deal anywhere else in the parking lot.
What do I need to do to get you into this cart today?
Right.
Let's. How much are you looking to pay for your cart rental? Let's put some numbers on let's see what the numbers do.
I'll start high so I have some place to negotiate down to. I'll let you have it for $1. And they're like, well, I can get it for a quarter. It's like, all right, a quarter. Man, you drive a bargain. All right.
I need to go talk to my manager about this. Hold on.
I'm going to have to talk about it. It's got that True Coat.
And low jack.
Yeah, but that True Coat.
There's all wheels spin freely.
Comes with an air freshener.
The number of people who don't take their quarters back is there's a bunch of people who will take the cart back and leave the quarter in it.
I do that.
Yeah.
Score some karma.
Right. And so what happens is then some other dishonest person comes along and goes, hey, look at all the quarters I can get. All I have to do is shove these carts together and take the quarter. And now I've got 75 cents that I didn't have before.
So would that be, because I know that homelessness and shopping carts are kind of tied together. So now are you kind of encouraging the carts to come back, and then the homeless get, some money. They get a little bit of money for that. They can build up and.
I don't know if it's the homeless people that get the money or if it's just somebody just some opportunist who doesn't understand why I left the quarter in the cart. They were like, "Hey, this guy wants to." I mean, I brought it all the way back to within 2 feet of the cart. It wouldn't have been that hard to click it together and get my quarter, but I left it there, thinking that somebody might make their way, because I've done it. I've gone all the way up to the cart and not had a quarter on me. I've had a dime or a couple of nickels, but
then
not
you got
a
to
quarter.
take the whole row. There's no other option.
You have to pull the entire row and go through the store with 30 carts.
See, I thought when you said when you would walk back through looking for people who were heading towards the store, I thought those were people bringing carts back. Be like, hey, take this one too.
No.
See, I don't want to return the carts so much that but I don't want to be a jerk. So what I do is I stop at the in front of the store, put the cart where it would go, and then just load up like a pack mule and just go carrying all my groceries out at the exact same time so that I don't have to deal with that.
Like a Sherpa.
Yeah.
I have been known to do that too.
You just start putting them all up your arm, both arms, and then you're like, okay. And then you get to your car and you get these nice little rings all cut into your arm.
And they break and you drop all your groceries on the ground, but at least you don't have to return a grocery cart.
Right. You have to crawl under a Toyota Civic, or Honda Civic, I should say, to get a can of peas. Yeah. At least I got my can of corn, just hyperextended my shoulder.
And I saved a quarter.
But then you got to spend that quarter in the store if you want any bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make you buy the bags.
But they'll give you boxes. So they make you
get
take
the boxes.
They make you take their old boxes, and they charge you for bags, and they charge you for carts.
They charge you if you don't return the cart. And that's how they keep prices low. 25 cents at a time. They keep prices low. But now they have a service where they will carry your groceries out for you, or they will deliver the groceries to your car. You can order them and they will come out. And guess what they do? The employees come out into the parking lot with a cart and load it up. And so,
nice.
So what have I saved? Nothing.
Is there a delivery fee?
Getting out of the car. That's. There used to be a place growing up. They had this little conveyor belt, like the old beginning of Laverne and Shirley, where the beers go by or whatever, and they like roll it out, and it would just go from the inside, and it would go through the outside wall, and it was like these little. It was almost like a little ride, a little conveyor system, and they would put your groceries in a little box or marked bucket, and then they would just shove it out, and it would go through the little delivery system and would be outside, and you could just pull up with your car and take them and put them in.
See, I would do that.
Yep.
Just for the.
But then you could just take someone else's. Be like, oh, yeah, this is great.
Well, that's what happens now at the fast food places. Like, have you noticed that nobody eats at fast food places now except for losers? Like, loser people go in and actually sit in fast food restaurants. I was commenting to my wife when we sat in a fast food restaurant last week, and I said, only losers sit in fast food restaurants. What are you talking about? I said, nobody eats in the restaurant. Everybody orders on the app and then come in and picks it up, or else has it delivered by DoorDash. The only people who you see sitting, look around, look in this dining hall. The only people that are sitting in here are lonely old men and losers, crazy people, people who talk to themselves, people who ride bicycles. That's the only people that eat in fast food places. Other people just go in, they get it, and they go someplace where there's important things to do, and
like
where
their
there's
car,
where there's progress. Right? They go and they eat in the parking lot at their car.
But
it's
kind of going off of that. There's I'm sure you've heard of In-N-Out Burger. It's big out west, and they ask you questions at the drive-through. like they talk to you like therapy type of thing. They're like, how are you today? And you're like, excuse me, like I'm not
Do
used
you
to that.
urinate frequently during the night?
Well, exactly. They ask these weird questions. Like they go, they take your order and then they go, will you be eating this in your car? They ask you that. And it's like, no, I'm going to go throw it at the homeless guy down the street. What do you think I'm going to do? Like I'm at a drive-thru.
Maybe. What do you give me if I do?
But apparently what they do is if you say no, they put it in a bag. If you say yes, they give it you a little box tray. So it's like a little, so that you don't have to have the trouble of sifting through the bag.
You don't have to open a bag.
Yeah.
And reach to the bottom of a bag.
That's right.
Very considerate.
But it was just, the first time that happened to me, I was like, what? Like, what kind of stupid question is that? No, I'm going to go home and sit down and put on a nice, suit jacket and sit down and...
Will you be eating this in your car? Will you be wearing pants?
Yeah, exactly. I hate those questions.
Would you recommend a wine?
Yeah, exactly. Or when people go, hey, what would you like to drink? Can I get a Diet Coke? Sure. Is Diet Pepsi okay? No. Like, how much is it? It's $3. A peso is good? A peso's okay? Do you mind if I pay in pesos? It's the same thing.
Bottle caps.
Yeah.
The Diet Pepsi. I'll have a Diet Coke. Is root beer okay?
Yeah.
How about orange juice? Do you take a glass of orange juice? They're both beverages.
We don't have Diet Coke. We have sewer water. Is that okay?
Is it okay if rainwater?
There are a lot of people who would say yes, that's okay, because
that's why they asked the question.
They are people pleasers. I remember when I went to get a haircut, my mom took me as a kid, and the guy was like, "I only know how to do two." And he goes, "I can do a mohawk or a buzz." I was like,
"That's fine."
I was like, "I'll take the buzz." I don't.
Because the mohawk is just a buzz on two sides. That's it.
It's just
a like, that's all you can do. I'm not going to shame you.
He only knows the buzz, really. That's all he knows.
The lazy man's buzz.
Yeah.
I was like, sure, whatever.
Starts to buzz. For you. That's enough.
My head, whatever.
Wow. Yeah. Well, In-N-Out Burger is a thing that in California they just rave about it. And so one of the first times I went to California, they were like, "Have you been to In-N-Out Burger?" And I have not. "Oh, we must go to In-N-Out Burger. You will not believe it." And I was like, I'm skeptical. So we went to In-N-Out Burger, and as I suspected, it was not like the most fantastic culinary experience. I said it tastes similar to what I've had at McDonald's, and they thought that I was just some Midwestern guy who doesn't know. I don't have refined taste buds, so I don't appreciate the fast food. But In-N-Out Burger is just a burger joint.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say that you do have no taste buds. That's correct. I think for a chain, for a like fast food type of chain, it's pretty good because they make it to order, and like their fries are all fresh. They're all cut from potatoes, like right there. Anyway, I could talk about food and fast food, but I digress. Anyway, it's a good thing, but it's not like the greatest burger you'll ever have. But for a chain burger, like it's pretty good.
For a chain burger.
Well, all they do is their menu is burger, hamburger, cheeseburger, double, fries, and drinks. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Yeah. And then they have this whole secret menu, which is very bizarre. Like it's a big thing. Like,
which is blackened catfish, and
exactly,
and lobster,
and pizza rolls,
and pizza rolls, and
Tostino's pizza rolls that they microwave. Everything else they do fresh, but the pizza rolls they just microwave.
refried beans. It's very strange, but
and fish tacos.
And you have to ask for it. It's not up. You have to ask for it secretly.
Yep.
Yeah,
but that's a big thing. The secret menu.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go, we don't carry that. We don't carry fish tacos. Sure you don't. I know. Secret menu. I know. What's the password?
I love it when Taco Bell tries to say they don't carry something anymore. It's like it's all the same ingredient. You could make this very easily.
Right.
Like all those ingredients are still there for my nacho cheese chicken chalupa.
Right. It's the same stuff. You just stack it in a different order.
Right.
Yeah.
You can do that, Taco Bell. You don't have to discontinue anything ever.
I once, and I'm not making this up, because I once had, I was at a Denny's, because I'm classy that way. I had a 20-minute, I'll say, conversation with the waiter because I wanted a bacon and cheese omelet. And they don't have bacon and cheese omelets on the menu, apparently. And I was like, can I just get a bacon? Yeah, we don't have that. And I was like, okay. He's like, would you like a ham omelet instead? And I'm like, ham and cheese? I'm like, no. Can we just sub out the ham for bacon? Yeah, we can't do that. Would you like a what is it, the Rocky Mountain or the Colorado or whatever it is, the one? And I'm like, you have eggs, you have cheese, and you have bacon. Can I just have an omelet and bacon? Can I just get like a, whatever? And he's like, yeah,
it's a
no,
plain
I can't.
omelet with bacon on the side.
Right. So
and a mound of cheese and bacon on the side.
So just like, can we just put the bacon in the omelet? And he's like, yeah, let me go check with the cook. And
I'm gonna have to check with the man.
He did. He went and checked with the cook, and the cook's like, he's like, no, I can't. We can't do that. No. I go, okay.
My hands are tied. Okay. I'd like to do it. But there's paperwork.
All right, give me a ham and cheese omelet. Hold the ham. I'll take a side of bacon. Can you crumble up the bacon and just put that in the omelet, the side of bacon? No, we can't do it. Just bring it to me, and I will do it. Just give me an egg and cheese omelet and a side of bacon. And then finally,
you guys leave the kitchen for 5 minutes.
I'll take care of this.
Just don't look.
It was. I'm not even joking. It was like 20 minutes of just going back, and I was just like, I don't care anymore. Just get me a cheese omelet and some bacon, and I will crumble it up myself. I don't care. And they were like, yeah, well, we can.
All right, man. But if I lose my job, I had a similar experience at Cracker Barrel where they weren't serving omelets anymore. I actually have a bit about this, where it's like, we don't have omelets at Cracker Barrel. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just have a bowl of oatmeal. Like, we don't serve oatmeal either. I'm like, okay. Do you guys have crackers and barrels anymore? And I said, I guess I'll just have the old timers breakfast. And she said, okay, well, how do you want your eggs? And I said, scrambled with ham and cheese in them.
It was amazing though. So it was just like, yeah, we can't possibly. We have these same 3 ingredients. We can't possibly do that.
We can't combine them.
No, it's
what you're asking, sir, is impossible.
Physically impossible. There have been scientists for years trying to figure this out.
You don't understand what we are going through back here.
You and the other person in this restaurant. That's a lot of stress.
You remember it's like the when you're a kid, you make the suicide where you go and you mix all the sodas together. Yep. It's like, look what I'm doing. I've got all of the soda together. Have you lost your mind? You can't mix those sodas.
Then you take a sip and you're like, why did I do that? That was gross.
Yeah.
And they, I don't know if you've seen this. Some places now have where all of the flavors come out of the one funnel, which it's like you go to get water and it comes out pink, and you're like, oh, good. I got cherry Coke flavored water.
Cherry hint
Yeah.
Sherry suggestion. All right, Lucas, what have you got? Lay it on us.
I have been seeing, and I'm sure you guys probably have too. Have you ever seen a sign outside a gas station that says "Under New Management"? And like they had balloons and ribbons and everything. And it's like, who's this for? It's like, oh look, a new manager. Grab that fruit basket. Let's go meet him. You know, it's like I don't fully even understand why people go inside gas stations. Because nothing in a gas station is a good financial decision. You know, it's like you want to gamble, you want to smoke, you want to get diabetes, you want to pay $7 for a gallon of milk.
Come inside.
Dave Ramsey, baby step number 1 should be stop going inside gas stations. Like they are for peeing on road trips. That is all.
Oh, that you could do a Dave Ramsey voice there. It's like, are you going into gas stations?
Yeah.
I see you got your budget lined out, but are you going inside gas stations?
But they make a big to do about the new management, like it's going to be all over town.
Right.
That's
like
funny.
That last manager, I wouldn't go back there again. Oh, but this new one. Wonder what the new manager's like.
Under new management, parentheses, don't ask.
Yeah.
You know, come on in.
You go in at midnight. So, what's the manager like?
Let's meet this. Yeah, people slamming on the brakes and they're turning in. Honey, get the kids. New management.
Kids, get around. All right, let's take a picture, selfie, everybody. This is the new manager. We're here. You know what? I'm going to broadcast live. Hold on. We're here live at the Arco with what's your name? Chad. We're here with Chad, and yeah, check it out. So Chad, you do a little live interview with him.
I've seen those shows. I've seen local, like cable television shows where there's a furniture store that's having a sale on sofas, and we're here at the furniture store with Ralph,
with Crazy Dave,
and Ralph's going to tell us. So what you got going on here? Well, right now we're selling sofas. Yeah. So is this one of the sofas? Yeah, that's one of them back there. It's blue, and you're just like, how long is this going to go on? And it's 15 minutes.
It's the most uncomfortable segment. The person is the most uncomfortable person to be in front of people.
Is this another couch? Yep, that's another couch.
Tell us about it. Well, we got this one.
You can sit on it.
Yep.
You can lay on it. Both directions. You can lay down this way or that way.
Just trying to think, where else would the under new management come in? You know, like an office building or like security guards, or you know what I mean? Like under new management. I'm just like, where would be an interesting, because I've seen that with I always see that with gas station. Yeah.
It'd be fun to see that sign on your manager's door, like when you went into the office. Under new management, balloons and everything. Yeah. Your old manager's gone. New one's there.
We got roller dogs.
Could you do that with
we got cheese bacon omelets.
They should do that for like marriages. You know, just under new management. You just walk out, the groom walks out with the under new management shirt on, or
I think I've seen some of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some new management, but yeah, there's a certain sense that some businesses, you get the idea that they don't understand that the things that are super exciting to them are not really meaningful to the general public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, manager's birthday. Come on in and wish Tracy a happy 30th. Okay. And then there's the signs where the manager has lost his mind. That happens at furniture stores or car lots. Yeah. You know, manager's out of town. We're going crazy making deals, and it's like that is also a very strange marketing angle. It's like, he's mentally ill. He is not doing well. He's making financial decisions that are going to be horrible for his family and for the future of this business and everybody that works here. Come on in and take advantage of his illness. It's not going to last long. He might come to his senses. Get down here and wipe us out before we know what's going on.
And then there's the manager's special, which is the other one, like the car. Oh, we got this yellow car over here. It's got wheels in the trunk. You just put them on yourself. It's a manager's special. Come on down.
Right.
Check it out. Just trying to think of where the weirdest under new management place would be. Like a
mortuary.
Yeah, somewhere just really bizarre. Because you have the gas station.
Mortuary would be a weird place to see.
Well, and it's
advertising.
It's weird to think about a manager at a mortuary.
Yeah,
I'm sure they have them, but
Roger, please come here. I need to speak to you. It's time for your review. You're not being very good with our guests.
We're getting a lot of complaints.
Yeah, which is very weird, but.
I had a dream about you, Roger.
Well, that's the other thing too. There'll be places where like there's no management around anywhere. So like a laundromat under new management. Okay. Like an ATM machine under new management. All right. What do they do here? But again, like at a gas station, what managers are? They don't set anything. You know what I mean? So it's like, what? Oh, we're under new management. Okay. There was a convenience store at my old place that was like under new management, where they just that rude to everybody that people were like, I'm never going in there again.
Right.
Under new management, going out of business.
Yeah.
Gets all boarded up.
Well, that they do on Facebook. Oh, we're going out of business, so unfortunately, we're shutting our doors down for this product you've never heard of. So we're doing 70% off of this sock that comes from China. Hurry up and buy it before we close our doors for good. Our products are crap, which is why we're no longer in business. They do that one a lot. I see that a lot on Facebook. Unfortunately, folks, we here at the company you've never heard of are going out of business, so we're slashing all our prices. Come get this tacky t-shirt for just $34.
I have had that happen with State Farm. Like for a while, it was like every 6 months I was getting a new letter. It was like, "Here's your new representative." It's like, okay, great.
Right. We got under new management.
Like a good neighbor, they leave me alone. Yeah, that would be an interesting slogan. What would be a really good, like, realistic slogan for State Farm? Like a good neighbor. They leave me alone. They stay out of my business. They return all my tools.
Right.
They'll bring in the mail.
Yeah.
When you're on vacation.
They don't have parties after 10.
Pay for the repairs on my car. Is that what neighbors do generally?
Their kids don't run in the yard.
They mow a little bit into your yard.
A little bit.
A little helpfulness.
A little bit. You ever mow into the neighbor's yard and then have trouble deciding when to stop? Like,
yes.
Well, I went this, so should I do another pass? I mean, well, I might as well go up to the edge of the house now, right?
In a way, you're sort of establishing dominance.
Yeah. It is kind
When
of
they
a
start mowing into your yard.
sort of a passive-aggressive statement on the way they keep their lawn, isn't it?
They don't need this flower bed. Like a good neighbor, they don't sit on their lawn drinking till noon. just staring at everything you do, making weird comments when you come and go as you please.
Good neighbor, they steal your paper. All right, I'm stopping it.
Stop
At
it!
40.